What's up, everybody? May round 2 podcast solo episode. I can't believe that I'm recording this because that means it's the end of May. And how on earth did this month go by so fast? So, a couple of things to share right off the bat. Number one, you might notice something new glasses. You know what that means? I can see. So last year, about this time, I went to the eye doctor and I didn't bring the glasses that I had been wearing, which was a mistake. You should always bring the current glasses that you're using so they can, do whatever they do to see exactly what lenses are in there. So I didn't do that. And I was talking with the doctor and I was saying how, I was having a hard time seeing my phone. So he gave me a prescription that worked for holding my phone. But what ended up happening was it didn't work that great when I was working on my computer. So I made another appointment and then they called me and they were like, "Hey, you were just in like a week and a half ago. What's going on?" And I said, "Well, I got my prescription updated in my glasses and it doesn't work for the computer. I'm getting ready to leave the country and I need something that works for the computer. So I wanted to come back in." And they were like, "Oh, we can just adjust it and, send you the prescription via email." And I was like, "Well, that's brilliant. Great. Saves me time." So I ended up doing that, putting them in the glasses, and they were good. They were better, but it wasn't perfect. So as the year has gone on and I've spent more and more time in front of the computer, I have got to a point where I was like, I need updated lenses, which is also terrifying because then you're like, great, that means my eyesight's getting worse. So anyway, I went back, saw another eye doctor in the practice, which was so funny because, by the way, it turns out he's also Greek and also goes and visits Thessaloniki on a fairly regular basis. So cool conversation to have had with him because I never knew that, considering his last name is not Greek. I just thought he was an American white guy. So anyway, that was fun. But anyways, now I was able to pick up these glasses today. So not only are they new frames that I absolutely love, but I can see so well. And it's so nice. I feel like my left eye is going to be so much more relaxed because I feel like this eye is a little bit worse. And so it was kind of straining. So anyway, no one, like, literally, how many of you dropped off because you're like, "Nikki, we don't care about your eyes"? So let's just keep it rolling. There's a light behind me. Why, might you ask? If you're watching this, you're like, "Hey, there's like a mint green light behind you." Yeah, there is. So I'm trying some things out because I want to have a more consistent background regardless of where it is that I'm filming. I'm also in the midst of a brand edit, which is so exciting. And to be honest with you, I had no idea what it was actually going to entail when I started doing it. I might have mentioned in one of the other solo episodes this year that I'm working with a business coach. And one of the things that she is offering is this program called the Brand Edit. Because I'm one of her clients, I was invited to go through it. So I was super excited because I have been personally struggling with my personal brand. I know that's a big buzzword these days and you probably are hearing it left, right, and center, but I've been struggling with figuring out like what exactly is my personal brand. How am I like weaving all the things that I'm working on and all the things that I'm doing together into one big bow that is really Nikki Corbett brand. Through this process, I have come to find the through line, and I'm so excited because that means a lot of different things. One, it means I feel like I am so much more clear on what it is that I'm doing and where I am going and what path that I am on right now. Number two, it means that there's gonna be some pivots to the podcast, and I can't tell you how excited I am about what is on the horizon. I love podcasting. I absolutely love doing this. It is so much fun. I love having conversations with people. I love learning from other people. I love how it has changed my outlook on business, on life, on relationships, on just literally the way I listen, the way I have conversations, the way I speak, the way I learn. I mean, it has truly changed everything for me. So that being said, I want to continue putting out great content. I want to be putting out content that is super valuable to people. And I love that I have been trusted to tell so many people's stories and to be a conduit to share so many amazing things that other people have learned and other ways that they're out changing the world. So the next round of round 2 is on the very near horizon, and I can't wait to share it with you all. I will be dropping little bits and pieces as we get closer to July, but for now, I just want to really focus on the episodes that I have already recorded that I've been putting out once or twice a week because I'm so proud of them. I'm so grateful for all of these people that have shared their stories with me, and I'm so excited to share their stories with all of you. So keep tuning in and keep, listening because there's a lot of really great stuff that is coming. But that being said, going back to the brand edit, one of the things that I really want is a little bit more consistency with what you see from me on a weekly basis. So right now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be in the same spot every time you see a new episode, but I would like the background to look somewhat the same every time I come on. So one of the things that I want to do in keeping in line with the new branding that I will be releasing is I want things to look very on brand. So I'm bought this light and I'm not quite sure if it's going to work, to be honest. I don't know that it's giving off enough light. I don't know that it's maybe the right shape or the right power or whatever. I don't necessarily love that you can see it. I would much prefer that the light was just like shining behind me. So if any of you are lighting experts and you happen to be watching and you have a good light that I could also easily travel with, please send me a note and tell me which one it is, because I would love to try that one out. I'm also not 100% sure that this will be the color that I choose. This is one of the brand colors more or less, but I have a couple others that I can play with as well. So like I said, work in progress, but that is the beauty of content creation, is that it is constantly evolving and changing, and it is so much fun. So anyway, I hope that everyone is doing well and having a great May. No matter what you have going on, I hope that you're getting ready for some good summer fun or some relaxation or some downtime with kids. I know that there's a lot of kid things wrapping up, whether it's sports or getting ready for proms or getting ready for graduations or getting ready to go off to college. It's so fun seeing all that stuff happen as the time goes on. And it also makes me feel very old when I see my friends who have kids that are going off to college or who are in their second, third, or more year of college. It's like, whoa, where did that time go? Because I still feel like I'm in my 20s. Like, how did that happen? Oh my gosh. So May was a super fun month for me. Otherwise, it was much more mellow than March and April, which was really nice. As much as I love traveling and being on the road and being out in the world, I'm very much a routine creature of habit. So it's been nice to just kind of be a bit more mellow this month. Although I say that as I'm literally about an hour and a half away from leaving for the airport to go on a trip for a week with some friends. So, I just can't stop moving, but it's been nice to have a few weeks of just relaxation. Got to see my dad more than normal. So that's always fun. We've had probably about 5 different mornings where we got to sit and have coffee together and just talk and, maybe turn the news on and see what bullshit they're talking about on the media, or just sit and talk about what's going on in life, or just sit in silence and listen to some nice music and enjoy a cup of coffee. So I'm grateful for that time that we've got to spend together, and, had a couple of nice dinners with both my dad and my brother, and have had some nice conversations with my brother as his business continues to evolve, which is always fun. Being in this world of creators and entrepreneurs, it is so much fun because I realize that it has really changed my perspective on how I look at life and how I look at opportunities and how I look at, all of these cool people that I have in my life. And it so boils down to just like, what can I learn and how can I help? And I think that really is the spirit of entrepreneurship. My friend Amanda, who I love dearly, who's also out on her own, doing her own thing. She is a chef and she's got all these really cool opportunities. And it was funny because she called me today and told me about an opportunity that's come her way. And I was like, dude, that is so cool. Like, think of all you're going to be able to learn. And then I just started laughing and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like all I think about these days is like, what can I learn? What can I learn? What can I learn? But it's also such a great place to be because there's so much to learn and we will truly never stop learning. I've heard my dad say and other people say when they get to, as they've gotten to a certain point in their career and in their life, how they just love being lifelong learners. And now I feel like I'm really grasping that fact and trying to just absorb as much as I can as I'm, forging my own path and still like, mapping out my life. And it's been really great. So otherwise, this is going to be a short one because if you do listen on a regular basis and you remember my solo episode from April when I had to record it, not once, not twice, but 3 times because my stupid microphone was off. Don't worry, I checked. It's on. Yeah. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet and just say, thank you all again for being part of this Round 2 podcast journey. I absolutely love this so much. I love being here. I love you being here, and I'm so excited for the future. So thank you for being a part of it. And I will talk to you guys at the end of June. Keep your eyes out for these episodes. If you are just wanting to really hear some inspirational stories and learn some great stuff, I feel like June is just chock full of awesome content that I'm so proud to be putting out into the world. So thank you so much for being here. And all of my May guests, if you guys happen to be listening, I feel the same way about your episodes. I learned so much from you. I had so much fun having conversations with you. Gosh, there was some really great stuff. So I hope everybody enjoys. Thank you again, and we'll see you next week.